SWEGTA!
There's a good chance you've heard of Project Eagle. Even if you're just a casual viewer of GTA-related content, you've probably been recommended a Project Eagle video once or twice. It is by far one of the most popular mods ever created for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So what's the problem? Well, before we get into that, it's crucial that I provide some much-needed context. GTA Underground, a much-beloved total conversion mod for GTA San Andreas, ceased development in 2021 due to a takedown notice from Take-Two Interactive. Some developers of that mod and some new faces would then go on to work on another mod called Stars and Stripes. This project would also be shut down, this time by the developers themselves, at which point Project Eagle was formed by the remaining team members, now under the leadership of one Uriel Sanchez. It's important that I mention all of this because a lot of the work that had been done on Stars and Stripes would be repurposed for Project Eagle. Project Eagle, now led by Uriel Sanchez, recruited 4 developers that you will see continuously brought up throughout this video. 14 Toto, Santiago Falcone, Madhav09, and Bill Mayenbay. The Project Eagle team would eventually burn bridges with 4 modders: dkluin, the lead of GTA Underground, blaeu and Mattineu, both developers on Stars and Stripes, and DeadpoolMKD, the lead on GTA Carcer City, as well as the Carcer City sections of Project Eagle. To get a proper understanding of what led up to all the drama, including but not limited to allegations of plagiarism and harassment, I decided to interview dkluin, DeadpoolMKD, blaeu, and Mattineu. Mattineu was unavailable due to scheduling conflicts, but dkluin, blaeu, and DeadpoolMKD provided a lot of insight into what went wrong. So occasionally throughout this video, I will be showing some clips from that interview to provide some additional context. Anyway, in June of 2025, Junior, a GTA modder that had never been involved with anything pertaining to Project Eagle, would go on to post an article on Mixmods, accusing the Project Eagle team of plagiarism, toxic behavior, and having theirs and other developers' work monetized without approval. It was at this point that DeadpoolMKD left Project Eagle. dkluin, Mattineu, and blaeu had left Stars and Stripes when, or after it ended. Junior would also allege that Madhav09 had been using sock puppet accounts to harass Junior and other former developers on the Freetime Studios Discord server. Freetime Studios being the team behind GTA Carcer City. Upon being confronted by dkluin, DeadpoolMKD, blaeu, and other modders, 14 Toto decided to use an alt account to impersonate dkluin and begin posting shocking content. Junior would bring this up in his Mixmods post. The Project Eagle team then told members of their own community that all of this criticism from former collaborators and other members of the community was simply a petty attempt at sabotaging the Project Eagle mod. They also accused DeadpoolMKD of stealing assets from Project Eagle to use in his GTA Carcer City mod. Bear in mind that DeadpoolMKD was the one who contributed these assets to Project Eagle, under the condition that they'd simply use it for testing purposes. So while Project Eagle monetized his work without consent, they accused him of theft. Now, like I said, one of the things the article accused the Project Eagle team of is toxic behavior. People began taking notice, and so Santiago Falcone issued quite possibly the worst Discord apology ever. Now remember, this is in response to the Mixmods article alleging toxic behavior and plagiarism. The apology begins with a diss towards Junior before calling the claims inaccurate and baseless attacks. He denies that any of the team members harbor any bigoted views. He then says, whatever may have happened years ago when many of us were teenagers and had little control over community dynamics does not reflect who we are today. Now granted, people change, people grow, people mature. Do I think it's impossible for an internet edgelord to gain a better understanding of social etiquette and begin treating people better? No, not at all. And we should encourage positive change. The main problem people had with this now deleted backhanded apology is the fact that there was no sign of anyone taking a shred of responsibility. And here's the thing, it's not enough to just say you've changed and matured, you actually have to do those things. And none of these people have changed in the slightest. In fact, as you're gonna see in this video, they've gotten worse over time. Over on the Project Eagle Discord server, you can see that the rules specifically state that discriminatory content in any form is strictly prohibited. And yet, you can find contributors and VIP users getting away with breaking these rules. Contributors being people who back the project on Patreon. Here's somebody wishing me a happy birthday. I believe this is the first post that I ever made here, and this is the second one. I've only made a couple. So they wish me a happy birthday. Fair enough, that's cool. Thank you, I appreciate it. And then they're like, hey, have you seen the mod? Or like, where did you see this mod anyway? And I told them, well, some people in my audience recommended that I check it out, so I joined. Somebody gave me the VIP role. And then they respond, the admin responds, yeah, our people and admins are fast, blah, 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 confirming that, blah, okay, yeah. So at no point, just to be clear, because I do have the VIP role, at no point have I given any of these fuckers any money. Now, The reason that I refer to them as fuckers is because despite putting out this bogus apology, despite all that, they would go on to just post racism. So here's Madhav, mentioned many times in the interview, posting the Kanye West pro-Nazi song. I should also mention that being exempt from this rule also seems to apply to people who pay for VIP. So, if you see somebody posting stuff like this in here, it's probably because they're an admin, a developer, or a VIP. Now, something that some Discord servers have is a section dedicated to, well, shitposting. Some people would categorize edginess as being part of that, but the problem is Project Eagle doesn't restrict it to that. As you can see, there's just homophobia on display in general. So even if you're somebody who's fine with this sort of thing, typically, there's still a double standard at play. These people don't have to play by the same rules. And I'm willing to bet that if I were to say stuff like this, there would be no repercussion. Because again, I'm a notable figure. They gave me VIP because of that. So essentially, you have a two-class system. People who are connected or buy their way in, and people who don't. And the people who don't have to play by the rules. Anyone who's not a part of that and stands out in, I guess, an interesting way to the admins is given carte blanche to do as they wish. They don't have to uphold a sense of decorum or be nice to people or abstain from violating any of the rules that are often posted in the chat. Here's 14 Toto, a developer, a moderator, linking to these very rules. So while they are being enforced, there are many exceptions being made. Either you have to be a popular person, part of the inner circle, or cough up some money.
Yeah, the thing with Project Eagle is they always, and I do repeat, always get themselves into drama of their own making. I've seen that with Junior, and I've even told them, like back then, I think, that maybe it was not so much their fault, but Junior's fault, but also a bit of their fault for actively stirring the pot, especially on Madhav's part, because he actually told him he will do whatever he wants with his work and whatnot.
And during all of this, I was very busy with studies. I wasn't paying attention to anything. And then Eben's video popped up on YouTube. That was my breaking point with Project Eagle. I left. He had like a VOD of that stream. That was last year. And the title was Project Eagle Devs Defending Racism for over 30 minutes.
This is when the developers entered the chat in response to Eben talking about the Mixmods post.
Precisely, yes.
It wasn't ordinary developers. It was the managers, our managers, Bay and Madhav.
Oh, yeah. At the time, Madhav and Bill and Mayan Bay, they pretty much stepped forward. They started like, but we actually apologized. We did this, we did that. And then the apologies been showed in the Discord chat were anything but. They were just in the lines of, oh, I'm sorry you guys found out that we were saying all this horrible shit. Instead of like, I'm sorry that we said this. We won't repeat it again, or we're going to make an effort to be better.
He said it was just a joke between friends, but
yeah,
he was saying, I'm an Indian, I get racist jokes all the time, so I'm allowed to do that shit.
It's not in his defense. That's a really bad excuse. I think that's just, I'm from a group of people who get very discriminated against in the modern world and use it as an excuse to be racist back. It's just not going to land. It wasn't just things he was saying privately. It was actually said in public. And it still goes on to this day. Most recently, there was a member there that even got discriminated, like just because of the way he spoke in chat. He basically got Black American crime statistics hurled at him. And even 14 Todo was like, I don't like the way you speak. It's crazy how anyone can understand what you even write, bro. Like, you sound like you're from the hood.
Now, I feel like this next part is something that a lot of people reporting on this have unfortunately overlooked or completely missed. Despite the server rules also stating that NSFW content is not allowed, it's not uncommon to see the leads behind Project Eagle posting explicit content that violates this rule. It's worth mentioning that minors are allowed on the server. In fact, there are quite a few minors on there. Here we can even see the project leader, Uriel Sanchez, just a few days ago, 3 days ago in fact, as of the recording of this clip, saying literally almost that whole video is a repost of the one uploaded in 2025. The only new things are the DMs taking out of context and some random person posting. Okay, well here we can see 14 Toto posting material, and here we have Madhav09 posting gay porn. Fun little fact about Madhav09, he actually turned 18 not too long ago. As you can see here, on the 18th of June 2026 this year, he was 17. You can also see one of the developers responding by saying, wow, actual kid. This is somebody claiming to be 16 on the server. Here we have another user saying, and I'll be 16 this year. So this person's actually 15. Here we have another person saying, I'm 16 now. And here we have somebody saying, I'm still 16, my birthday is in December. And here's somebody saying, guys, today is my birthday. Thanks to everybody for your support, blah, blah, blah. Today I turn 14. Now, I'd like to take this moment to quickly demonstrate how you can handle this. The first thing you can do is set your server to be not safe for work, or at least mark these channels on your server as being not safe for work. In fact, the only one that we don't have set to being not safe for work is info and rules. And once you go there, you'll see only ages 18 plus allowed on the server, no exceptions. It's really not that hard. Of course, there are limitations to what you can do. I mean, people can lie on the internet, they can submit fake information and bypass some of this stuff, but still, it's worth putting in at least a modicum of effort to ensure that that doesn't happen. And once you catch somebody on the server being below the age of 18, you kick them. And if you're not going to do that, you shouldn't allow any not safe for work content on the server. Simply denying that it's going on while people in your own team, leads on this project, are engaging in this behavior is, I don't know, it's one of the most irresponsible things you can do. It's right there in plain sight. You can see it. You are an admin on the server. In fact, in one of the posts that I showed you in that clip, Uriel is tagged. He was notified of this post being made in a space where he knows people as young as 14 are present. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I do think that the responsibility falls on the adults managing this community. With that said, let's get back to the plagiarism. As previously mentioned, Project Eagle have faced many accusations of plagiarism, both from former members of the team and from modders who had no involvement in Project Eagle. As soon as dkluin, DeadpoolMKD, blaeu, and Mattineu caught wind of this, and the fact that the stolen mods were being monetized via Patreon, they confronted their former collaborators about it.
The main thing, and we want to get into the meat and potatoes here, is what actually is going on as of a while now, but we've been silent.
Yeah, we
constantly getting harassed at it, about it, until it got too far. Pretty much I have this own project of mine, right, called GTA Bloodbound, and I'm just starting out with it. I was at Stars and Stripes at some point with Mattineu. When Mattineu left, I left as well. And what I was doing there was developing Windy Bay, which is the Chicago parody, and the state of Illinois prairie. So I was doing that sort of stuff. I left with Mattineu because he was a bit afraid of the take-two, the NCA notices and takedowns. He got a bit paranoid. That's how P came about. And I left with him, and I said I wouldn't be comfortable with them keeping using it, my own content. But they still did. I've been quiet about it, mostly because I didn't know about the whole Patreon thing. They've made quite a lot of money. There's claims of even one of the developers taking all that money and running away with it. I saw one of the developers, might have, had clear intentions, and there's logs of it, of taking my content when I released the mod and put it in PE. Number one, I didn't give them the permission to do it. And number two, and most damning, is they paywall their content.
Before I left them, I sent them a Carcer cities so that they can test it in-game between the developers, but they ended up paywalling a part of it on Patreon without my permission.
They use this argument that, oh, you get access to beta content, and then we release it freely, so it's free anyway. And they claim this is a support system. Well, it's not. You're pretty much paywalling content the moment you put it behind something that you pay for. And they use this too to create like false narratives about us. Like, oh, they're claiming we don't give you guys anything for free. They're claiming all this. And this is not like just $5 a month or 50 even for that matter. Like they've made, from our calculations on what we saw on the Patreon subscribers they have and the top tier and whatnot, they're looking at least $1,500 to $2,000 a year. I don't want a cent of this money, right? No, but none of us do. We have a history of getting our shit taken down when we don't ask for anything other than our own support, right? And they're still indulging in this shit. They're bragging about it.
While I was doing research for this video, I came across something insane. As we can see, when being asked about whether or not they've been stealing from modders and not paying them, 14 Toto, I assume, sarcastically says, yeah, they are true. But then, they actually go on to spill the beans a little bit, mentioning that the last person in charge of the Patreon page left with most of the money. So they acknowledge that theft has happened, but then putting the blame on somebody who's no longer part of the team. I should also mention that I was looking for something else. I was actually looking for a now deleted post by MadHav09, and I ended up stumbling upon this. I mean, like, the amount of shady things going on in this space is really concerning.
Apparently, Santiago Falcone ran off with the money that they made. Yeah. They claim it's $1,000.
From $1,000 to $3,000.
Between $1,000 to $3,000, it's still a lot of money, and just disappeared completely. So he took all the money, essentially scamming everybody, even the other developers.
Uriel essentially confirmed it. He confirmed confirmed that he did in fact dip.
And
Just
and
ran
then
off.
former developer Jord, he too spoke about this and said it, right? Like he ran off with the money.
What's even crazier about this whole thing is the fact that the Project Eagle devs have been stealing from and harassing other members in the community for a very long time now. And what's wild about this is that they've gotten away with it. It's been more or less an open secret in the community for months now.
When we confronted them about the whole asset theft shit and the Patreon and whatnot, all we got was
They actually started posting pornography and whatnot. They tried to impersonate me.
There's an alternative account. We suspect it's 14 Todos. He started posting MLP porn and Danny's face photoshopped in porn and saying shit like I like dicks. You know, the kind of shit a 14-year-old would do from a 23-year-old man.
They still use it too, by the way. They use it to like impersonate me.
dkluin es la cuenta troll del Uriel, which means it's the troll account of Uriel. Nothing to do with the normal one. They're trying to claim we copyright our content. Absolute bullshit.
My content.
They use, Deadpool's content specifically. They keep pulling up this screenshot of a splash screen for GTA Carcer City where it says 2026 copyright, Free Time Studios, but it's just like one thing that didn't even make it for one to the released build.
It was AI's mistake when I copy pasted the text.
And it got fixed. So they use that splash screen to create this narrative that, oh, we try to copyright our names and therefore we're egotistical and we're infringing copyright for Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive, which is, it's not true, bro. And anybody who played GTA CC can see that.
Right. The thing is, like, with Rockstar, I mean, like, they technically do have the right to, like, demand that you cease development of mods like that. So there is, like, a copyright side to it. In terms of, like, Project Eagle, I mean, like, they're on the same playing field, the same level as everybody else. So it's a moot point either way.
Precisely. But in their case, profiting off of not just our content, but paywalling Rockstars as well. Recently, especially, there was like, I think it was Manhunt 2's animations. I think it got paywalled.
The concern that I have is that they're taking things that other people in the community have made and putting it behind a paywall despite those people protesting that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over like Rockstar's copyright being infringed. I'm not going to say that I advocate for it, but it's not on the same level of concern as like stealing from independent creators in the community.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. This is just one example of how they're hypocrites, like complete hypocrites, just claiming that we're infringing copyright laws and then they do this shit. Obviously, the egregious shit here is taking stuff from that the community has put hours, days, fucking months of their life into, you know, passionately, without expecting anything in return. And then this is what happens. Like, they just take shit. We say, yo, we don't want that. They're like, fuck you. We're going to do it anyway. Here's a paywall. I'm going to sell it. Haha, fuck you. What can you do about it? They seem to have this argument that any sort of content that was done during the development time of Stars and Stripes automatically belongs to them, despite who did it. If in an entire team, a single person modeled an entire city, or a small group of people model an entire city, and they say, yo, no, actually, what you're doing is shady. Fuck you guys. I don't want any association with you. I'm taking this with me and doing it in my own thing. That's what's happening. And then they just, we're adding it anyway.
Porn.
We didn't even do it for them. It was for Stars and Stripes. And we didn't even sign a legal document or anything like that.
So there was never any permission given to repurpose those assets for Project Eagle?
No, they just took everything from Stars and Stripes and ported it in Eagle. They used that stuff and paywalled it without my permission.
Deadpool sent them an unfinished version, and he basically told them, like, you can use it when it's done, when the demo was out.
But they paywalled it.
They just paywalled it anyway.
So I think I read somewhere in our chat that the permission was limited to, like, you can use this for testing purposes. So at no point did you give them permission to paywall it or officially include it even.
Yes.
Precisely.
Yes. It wasn't the whole city. It was just the South Island of Carcer City.
When I see, like, developer talking about, oh yeah, they took scripts, they're planning to rip assets and whatnot, I believe them. I don't care if they write it off as a joke. Given their past behavior, I'm not in a position to believe them at all. Given their track record, I guess I believe that they would absolutely do that. By the way, they also said, like, we're only going to use, quote-unquote, a few assets, but I don't think any of us believe them.
Even then, even if it was just like 2 assets, they're still taking shit.
I suppose you remember Midway from GTA Underground SWEGTA.
Yeah.
Midway became Windy Bay.
I was the guy behind that, and I pretty much took some of the stuff I had from Midway when I was in Stars and Stripes, and I was even modeling more stuff to create Chicago. Then when I left, I had this to say. Don't take this the wrong way, guys, but after Stars and Stripes death, I have no interest. I'm going to probably port Prairie and Windy Bay to my own thing and do something about it, but I don't want to be associated further with PE or Stars and Stripes given that it's dead. Like, I made it clear. And then, fast forward a few years, I picked it back up because I had some more time and decided to do more progress on it, restructure some of the planning plans that were there already. Started making my own thing, developing my own concept, not just a map anymore. It's got like a story mode, 50 million different things to make the project interesting and not just yet another map mod, you know? And it turned into GTA Bloodbound. So that's what we're doing today. They saw that the moment it came out, and Madhav just turns to everybody. He goes like, oh yeah, when they release Windy Bay, we're going to take assets from there. I want to point out too, preceding this, he already knew about its development, even though it was secret. We have our own little development chat going on, me, Danny, Deadpool, a lot of the former GTA Underground developers. And pretty much he had somebody in there take screenshots of shit to prove what? That we're doing our own stuff. He was kind of using that as sort of leverage to blackmail that we're doing our own project.
We can do whatever we want with our work. We don't need PE to tell us what to do with it.
The point they're trying to make is like, we're not supposed to use these assets, but the people who made the assets are using them. It's like, well, yeah, they made them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they are not allowing the people who made those assets use them however they want.
To be really honest, I came public with Bloodbound way earlier than I wanted to, just to fight that. A big part of it was because of that, I'll be honest.
But they were actively harassing us in their general chats. They were talking shit about us.
They impersonate me from time to time as well. They still do.
Yeah, they still do.
You can also see that they have a dkluin bot at this point, or well, they've renamed this Gen AI dkluin.
And before all of this, I went into Urio's DMs, tried to solve this thing privately, told him to tell Matthew and Courtney to shut up about all of this, not harass us. And he promised me that if they do it again, that he'll kick them from the team. And he didn't. He promoted them to co-leaders of the team.
With all this said, I implore everybody in this community to stay away from Project Eagle and Project Eagle devs like the fucking plague they are. They only issued this bogus apology in an attempt to diffuse the backlash, only to then turn around and permit anyone with a contributor or a VIP role to get away with downright deplorable behavior, sometimes even participating in it themselves. They've been stealing from and profiting off other modders for God knows how long, and of course there's no honor among thieves. So naturally, one of the head honchos behind the project scammed everyone, including his own team. The list goes on, folks, so if you're gonna ask me, hey, SWEGTA, any plans on downloading, installing, and playing Project Eagle? I'm afraid my answer is gonna have to be hell no. And again, I urge all of you to stay clear of this. May this project burn to the ground. Anyway, that's it for this video. You folks, as always, stay classy. Peace. Oh wow, you're still here. Thanks. Cool, I appreciate it. Just to liven the mood a little bit and have some fun, me and the guys in the interview decided to have a look at this zip file. 14 Toto from Project Eagle decided to put out this zip file containing a bunch of screenshots and text files that's supposed to, I guess, paint DeadpoolMKD and company in a bad light. And just to be clear, I didn't have a look at the full thing because I have a life. A lot of the stuff on there, as you'll see, is just out of context screenshots that really don't convey anything at all. Still though, we had some fun with it, so throughout the remainder of this video, I'm just gonna play clips from that moment. Oh, by the way, there's a message to Uriel, the lead of this project, at the end of this video. But with all that said, thank you for listening, and enjoy. So, introduction English and Spanish, that's considerate.
Very.
Oh my god.
It's just a wall of text.
God.
Oh my god, I hate this.
Yeah, it's-
I'm a believer of Jesus and I'm a sick Christian.
Wait, hold on. Does it actually say like I'm a Christian?
actually-
So?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
does.
Bullshit. That's how you know he's full of shit, hiding behind religion. The oldest excuse in the book.
Yeah, bro, he brought that point home so
Self-report.
many fucking times.
That's going in the video.
Complete cap. Bullshit. I don't buy any of this.
Now take a look at the folders. Take a look at the evidence.
Okay. So,
I believe in Jesus, bro.
Isn't bearing false witness a sin? Whatever. We can begin with the related community then. What?
Wow.
Doesn't even want to read the file. Doesn't even work. Okay.
You've been hacked.
How do you mess up making a TXT file?
Maybe you need to
Maybe-
unzip it.
It is unzipped. It's all extracted. It's just like this one text file just refuses.
Pyro, yeah, Cascavel and Brooklyn's Mac, they had nothing to do with this, by the way.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Just-
nothing.
I mean, this is basically just like people bickering on Discord 2 years ago over like some
Yeah.
minor stuff. Like, what is this? Is no bearing on anything.
Go at my folder if you want to see what's a
Yeah.
nothing burger.
They love
Sure.
Deadpool.
Oh my god. Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, they claim Deadpool makes money with Carcer City and doesn't pay his devs. The reason? He made a
There's no
single development
Patreon.
stream and made some, I guess, YouTube money out of that nobody asked about, nobody gives a shit, and it's his stream. There's no Patreon, but hey, Deadpool's making money and ripping off his own developers when nobody gives a shit.
Okay, well, what about all the people on YouTube who make videos about Project Eagle, who monetize those videos and then don't give a cent to Project Eagle?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So some of
what
these
is
videos
that
have a lot of
fucking-
views. They've made thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Already when he begins saying, I'm 14 todo, and I made this file, and I'm a co-leader at PE, and also I'm a believer of Jesus Christ, and I'm a Christian, I'm a devout Christian.
The thing is, like, I'm
That
not
shit.
religious, but I'm almost, like, offended on the behalf of actual Christians, because it's like, don't hide behind faith.
Precisely.
Like, it's just a terrible
Precisely.
thing to do. If someone strikes you on one cheek, make a giant compilation of nonsense.
Precisely.
Exactly.
So, do you have any suggestions on what we should look? I don't want to view this whole shebang. We'll just pick out some
I wouldn't
points, 'cause
want to either.
I gotta be honest. Like, I'm trying to be thorough in my reporting, but there comes a point where I'm like, I want to go outside. So.
Yeah, no, I get that. I guess you can tackle what they claim are the most damning evidence of Deadpool, which is the money shit.
I was just modeling a garage or something, and the guy donated to me.
Wait, a single guy donated to you?
Yeah, one guy.
This was like
You're making a
super
lot of
chat.
money, bro. You better pay up.
Did
Super
Bezos
chat,
donate?
right?
Yeah, super chat.
Yeah, it was fucking Jeff Bezos. It was Elon Musk.
So this is the donation in question. Somebody gave $200
Yeah.
and they said,
$200.
hey, I don't think I'll be able to stay for the whole stream, but I wanted to use this as a thank you. So they're just showing appreciation, being like, good work on the project. As someone who's enamored with GTASA's 3D universe, I can truly say that this is like a dream come true for me. So it's just like somebody being supportive and being like, hey, good job. Nice modeling.
Yeah, being super nice.
Deadpool, you can still keep that money, by the way, just to be clear.
Bro.
I mean, you're not even paywalling anything. This is you publicly streaming
course not.
yourself working on a mod that's publicly accessible and completely free. And somebody decided to show some
Yes.
appreciation and generosity by giving a one-time donation.
Yeah,
And no one
exactly.
asked anything.
And Jesus wept.
Jesus.
So is there anything
yeah.
beyond this one-time donation? I mean, like, do they have anything else?
That's
No.
their only proof. Oh, this is him trying to prove. Yeah. So basically, Deadpool is looking for voice actors, and that was just like the most surface level talk you have with anybody you're working with, right? Are you able to do it? Do you have availability? Whatever. Somehow, this is proof that Deadpool's not paying his
Yeah,
developers.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't understand this as well.
Are they accusing you of bringing people in as actors or part of the team and promising them money and not fulfilling that promise? Is that what they're
Yeah,
promising?
yeah, that.
But has any promise like that ever been made?
No,
It's all voluntary.
it's all voluntary, yeah. You can even ask all my voice actors, all the dev team.
One thing that I would like to do if possible, I don't expect this to ever happen, but if they are interested, I would actually like listen to Project Eagle's side and like not
Yeah.
listen to it in like agreement, but like hear them out. Like, okay, I've presented one side. How do you respond to that? Again, I don't expect
absolutely.
them to want to do that, but you know, the invitation's open.
I don't think they will.
I actually am gonna say I encourage you to, but yeah, be prepared. Uriel's response, especially to this entire thing, was, so this is all happening. I'm actually gonna step out from all of this for a while because it's too much to handle. What do you mean it's too much to handle? You
Your
brought this
fucking
on yourself, bro.
responsibility, man.
So do be wary of that. You're probably gonna get the no, but do try to get something out of them. Probably 14 Todo will be very happy to talk to you. I mean, he's trying to drive this point home that we're pieces of shit anyway. So, but you know what to expect there too.
Yeah, and I'm not
Be
gonna sift through
prepared.
this zip file anymore. I'm good on that. He can actually explain verbally to me what happened and provide corroboration. I think that's a way better method. Big thank you to all my channel members who support what I do on YouTube. If you want to have your name listed at the end of my videos or at the beginning like this, then please consider becoming a channel member. You'll get early access to episodes of my Master Mod playthrough on Bully. With all that said, thank you and have an awesome day. Peace.